Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Lee, and today I'm going to take a look at the two different types of Little Atlantis playing cards. This was launched on a Kickstarter, and they were designed to one be bicycle, one to be printed by Liberty, which is interesting. So I wanted to do a little side-by-side comparo and see how they feel differently or not. As I said, that this was launched on Kickstarter a while ago. This was before I even started to collect cards. I've only been collecting cards for a couple years, to be honest. You can see that the backs are nearly identical. This is what the card back design of both of the decks are going to look like. They both have a nice little seal. The bicycle deck is actually a little bit larger, as you can see, which is kind of funny. And then, of course, in the front, everything's kind of squished down to get the bicycle logo on the bicycle side. Let's go ahead and take a look at the day deck first. Put these guys off to the side and take a peek on the inside. The inside of the tuck is printed with some more of that shell design, which is pretty neat. And it continues all the way into the center there. The backs of the cards, as promised, look a whole lot like the back of the tuck box. So let's see what this one is. Okay, so that was the Two of Hearts. It's going to live right there. We get two non-identical jokers. One's blue and one's red, and they're both little clownfish, which is fun. You get a double backer. You get an ad card, which I'll go ahead and leave there, as well as all of these different cards. I don't have my deck laid out in any particular fashion, but you can see that the pips themselves are little tiny fish swimming around, which is really neat. There's some hearts. There are the clubs, spades. Let's go find some diamonds here, and then diamonds. There they are. Pretty adorable little concept and design there. Each of the families is going to be a different kind of fish. So we've got the spades is this kind of angelfish with a pointy nose, a pufferfish, sharks, and then looks for the king of diamonds. The king of diamonds is a seahorse. So that is pretty fun. And all of the spades are going to be that, it's not quite an angelfish. All of the heart court is going to be the pufferfish and etc. The ace of spades is going to be a really nice showy representation of the shell design, which is always nice as well. The other the other aces are going to be just standard little pips. Pretty great. So this is the day deck. It feels really nice. It's a little rough on the sides, but that's what you'd expect. Obviously, I'm not a cardist there, dropping everything everywhere. Let's go ahead and make these into a nice little pile, put them away, and take a dig and look into the night deck. So for the night deck, as I said, it was printed by Liberty in Taiwan. And they do a lot of good stuff. You can see immediately that the tuck flap isn't as long, but peeking in, we still have that really nice detail of a completely printed inside. It goes all the way down in there. And again, looking at the back is almost identical to our back of our tech cases. I really like the way the Liberty decks feel when they're flat, when they come out of their box. I feel like you can shuffle them pretty easily as soon as they come out of their boxes. They're not quite as stiff as the bicycles. However, maybe with time I would feel differently if I was playing with them all the time. As I mentioned before, I think this is the night is going to be the embossed finish from Liberty, whereas the days are air cushion finishes, if that means anything to you. If not, just know that they're quality. So again, you have the different little pips, the fish swimming back and forth. We need the hearts, and then we need our clubs here. So they're exactly the same except for on the black background. The cardstock itself is a little smoother, but it still has a little bit of the linen-y type finish. Our courts are going to be the same genre. That is to say, the little puffer fishes are going to be the hearts, two identical jokers. Let's look for all the queens. We've got those fancy pointy nosy fishes for the spades. Sharks are going to be the clubs. And then finally, we've got our diamonds. Of course, I'm missing the queen of diamonds. There we are. The queen of diamonds is going to be that. Oh, this is a seahorse. Pardon me. Oh, no, this is a seahorse. This is the pointy nosy fish. And then this is the seahorse down here and in the diamond. So again, I love a deck, or decks in this case, where there are different themes for the different courts. We don't have that suicide king like I like to see, and all of our fish are one-eyed in this case. But still super fun deck. Not a great deck to play something where you're going fast, because you won't necessarily be able to tell kings and queens, like if you're playing spit or nerds or something like that, and they're not very recognizable. But it is a really fun game to play. Like you could even play gin or maybe not bridge, but you know, hearts or something like that. Fun deck. I like it a lot. I think it's interesting that the people who created this decided to use two different, completely different printing companies for both their tucks as well as their cards. I think I do prefer the Night deck in terms of just how it feels. It feels a little smoother, and I do like the way it shuffles a little bit better. But again, I am not a magician. This might be way too slippery for those folks. But yeah, I would say they're still on Amazon, not very expensive on Amazon, which is great for the producers because they clearly produce enough so that Amazon can sell them. I'd say pick yourself up the pair of decks and enjoy yourself. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.